All right, so we're in a parking lot, and you always ask, well, how is everybody getting around and driving around the United States of America? Well, they're driving around in all kinds of cars, four-wheel vehicles, front-wheel drive, cars that can tow small amounts of weight. People drive large vans, small vans, everything that you just saw in the parking lot. And one of the most important things is if you have to tow something behind you, what can you use to tow behind you? Well, of course, there's always that question. How should I tow? And what should I tow? And how do I be safe when towing? Well, believe it or not, today you're going to learn something very interesting that I learned just not too long ago, and I have to share it with you. So let's get started. Here we go. All right, so I'm just going to share with you a little bit of information about the Aerovault. It's an amazing tool to carry your car from here to there, anywhere you want to. And you can have a car, you can have a pickup truck, you can take it on the back of a large bus, whatever you want to. But the most amazing thing is, it's amazing because it's got fins and it helps it track down the road and it stabilizes it. And it's very, 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 very smart to do this because we're not looking for high speed racing, even though Peter has experience in so many different areas of design, from race cars to sports cars to Chevys to you name it. Peter's been there. But this one is about low speed, stability, and getting you safely from point A to point B. The Aerovault's amazing. I happened to shoot some video on it, and check it out. This is the pamphlet that I picked up, and it shows you pretty much of the detail. Here it is. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you, some information. It is probably the best aerodynamic car carrier and possibly in the world, in my opinion. It's light, it's aerodynamic, it's streamlined, it's got shark fins in the top. Isn't it interesting that Sharke has a fin in the top? Why? It keeps it going straight, and it's actually hard for the Sharke to turn sideways. Interesting. So he put a Sharke fin on. It's not about going high speed, it's about going low speed and still have tremendous amounts of stability. So I hope you enjoyed me sharing this information with you. Oh, by the way, if you do give him a call and want to get a price on it and so forth, just make sure you mention that you saw it on my channel. I'm Mike Rockmaker, and just tell him you saw it on Education and Safety YouTube channel. And I'm also doing this all the time, trying to bring to you really great content. So check it out. It's definitely worth it. And my thought is these things are actually going to increase in value over time. Increase in value. I'm just saying that not too many things in your lifetime increase in value. This will increase in value. I don't see it going and decreasing in value because of the quality of the metals that they use in it, the roof, and the whole structure. Amazing stuff.
All right, until the next time. Hey, we're gonna get back hiking now, and we are out of here. Enjoy. I'm glad I shared it with you. That's it. The Aerovault. Amazing. Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where they're made. Talk to Peter. Peter is the owner and the builder of these, and he's been around the block racing Chevys, all kinds of stuff. So check it out. That's it. We'll talk to you later, and let's get back to the hike. All right, so hey, one of the things that's important is you were wondering what all that noise was. I just happened to come and stop and do my video right where there was a sports car racing group traveling around from California called Rallies out of Southern California. A shout out to those guys and gals. Those cars were awesome. Some of them are still sitting here. I'm going to keep it private because they're on the down low, but I'll tell you what, there was a bunch of them, must have been 20 or 30 of them here enjoying their time here. So hey, listen, enjoy your California stay, enjoy your stay here in Vegas, and until next time, I just want to give a shout out to you guys. It was nice talking to you. Thank you, sir, and give those shout out to all your friends in the sports club. So, you know, that was pretty interesting, I gotta say. And yeah, all types of vehicles are towing things and pulling things, and pricing ranges. Oh, it can be an open bed trailer, a flatbed trailer. It can be an enclosed trailer. It can be an enclosed trailer that has steel frame. It could be aluminum frame. It can be many different types of trailers are out there. But hey, I think it's worth your while to check out this trailer. Hey, designed and believe it or not, it's an amazing trailer. I actually walked inside the trailer. I took a look at it. It was actually very, very interesting, and the quality is amazing. But most of all, it's aerodynamic and it has fins on, so it wants to track down the road behind your vehicle, whatever it is. And it's tapered like an arrow, which is why it's called Aero, A-E-R-O, Vault, V-A-U-L-T, I think. That's the correct spelling, .com. But hey, you know, we're just going to do a little hike here and do a little venture today, a little journey, and see what's going on, see if we can find some wildlife. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And yeah, check it out. Pricing wise, I'm not quite sure of the pricing of them. The smaller ones and the medium-sized ones, lengthwise, and then the longer length with the higher stand-up room in the back aspect. And like I said, it narrows to the front, so when you're driving down the road, you're getting the most miles per gallon of gas, and you're saving tons of money, and also you're being super safe. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. So that's about it. So we're just going to keep on rolling here and get going. All right, let's take a hike. All right, we're jumping right into the hike today. I'm going to show you if I can get over there. It's getting really windy, getting a little colder, cloudy. So I'm going to head over here, show you some really cool stuff in the Red Rock area. It's a really cool hiking area. Depends if I run into a lot of people. Hopefully we can keep this thing moving along and maybe see some wildlife too. All right, here we go. So where I'm standing, it's this is sort of like the washout here, and you got to realize that, you know, thousands of years of this stone and everything was compacted into hard rocks and multiple rocks. Like this boulder here has like all kinds of different types of rocks in it, and the only way that could happen is if it was sitting somewhere for a long time. thousands, maybe 50,000, 100,000 years. Long time. Check it out. Look at it. This is a really compacted area, and this has been underneath, oh my gosh, this has been underneath for thousands of years, and now as it washes and it starts to reveal some of the stones. Check it out, it's pretty neat. So the question is, who lived in this area here, Red Rock? Now you got to realize this area here at one time had lots of trees, and over time all of the sand came down from the mountain, and also there's always was water in here, and there went a dry period and a wet period and so forth, and these are thousands of years prior to someone being here. But the Indians came here, and they supposedly came from many different parts of the world, originated from, and a lot of them then came from Europe over the ice bridge or even the land bridge up towards Alaska on the west coast of the United States. They came down into this area. They would have settled into California. You're going to have to check on all of the educational aspects of that to verify everything. But they would have, hung out in the mountains of California. Lots of hunting and fishing. And also fresh water was there too. But they had to come across the desert to get to this area and hopefully run into a few ponds and some lakes and some streams, and maybe travel during the time when it was wet out so they can melt snow and survive on their trip. Probably better to go when there's snow on the ground, when you can melt snow, than when it's super hot out and there's no water at all. So we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you some interesting dwelling that they dug out and made it into a home. This is pretty cool stuff. All right, so this area here, this area right where I'm standing, would have been definitely a tribal area where they would have celebrated and danced and so forth. In this area right here, because it's all cleared out. My guess is, since it's cleared out, they did have dances here. Now the V is behind me up on the hill over there. That's a neat climb. But I prefer to go up, believe it or not, Shark Fin Trail, which is over in that direction. And you can see the shark fin behind me there. But it's an easier trail to go up. It's a little, longer hike. This one here is a little bit more rocky and twisty and turny and more boulders and so forth. But you can still make it. And then behind me
this area right here, they would have had like this as a wall, and at the base of the wall they would have had fire, and then they would have had shadows in the walls, and there's even a chance that some of the Indian designs way back, they would have actually drawn on those walls when the fire was at the base of that, and they would have been tracing themselves and dancing and so forth. They could have been doing all kinds of things here in this area because it was so interesting in the area, and very, very fascinating area. So we're just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna show you this really cool place. Now this is a grass area. Summertime would not be recommended to walk through here because there's all kinds of critters and snakes and so forth. But there's a water hole right here behind me. And we're just going to avoid the water hole and head up the trail. That's a dwelling behind me. I'm going to show it to you right now. This is really cool. Let's go check it out. So what we have is a dwelling here that's really, really neat. And this would have been all carved out by a Indian. It's some of it's natural, but to get it to do this is definitely someone's home, protected with a beautiful roof. They could have put in front of it right here, they could have put brush and everything so they could protect the entire front, and leaning against this rock behind me right here. And they could have fire right here if they wanted to, and the heat would just climb up, and they could regulate where they wanted to sleep. And then this is really interesting. Check this out. I think they dug this out, and this was for safety. So this could have been used for looking for other tribes coming through, wildlife coming through, and then they could just wait here and come out. But this is definitely a home and a dwelling. 500, 1,000, 5,000 years ago, maybe 10,000 years ago, for sure. And there's other dwellings too that they created. Here, let me show you. That's one that's dug out of the wall, and you can actually sit in there, and 1 or 2 people could actually live in that easily, no problem. Protected from the wind, the sun. Nothing else like that anywhere to be found. And they would have used this rock right here to draw on. Very interesting stuff. The view would have looked the entire desert floor, looking all the way north, east, and anything coming up from the south and the west. It was an amazing spot right here. An amazing spot. And I'm sure many a tribes for many centuries lived right there, because this all had wildlife and water in here and everything that was really interesting. We're going to wrap this up right now, and hope you enjoyed a little adventure today. If I see any wildlife on the way back, I'll get a video of it. And other than that, that's pretty much it. And thanks for joining me today on the education and safety aspects of hiking. And also today we learned something about a new type of trailer that you can use for anything you want to, and it's used for race cars, regular cars, transporting antique cars, maybe a car you just want to take with you when you get to a location. You can take it. It's super light and it's really cool. It's called Aerovault. It's out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Peter is the owner, and definitely give it a try. Check it out. And I think the ordering, you have to order it and they make it and it's all set. So, hey, until the next time, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Let's get going. So on this piece right here, this is a piece of iron that was inside the sandstone right here, and it left a mark. And the iron little piece of rock would have fell out onto the ground. Check out the rock right here. It's pretty interesting. That's the spot where the iron would be, and then when this broke apart, the iron pellet fell out. But that's also, there could be a piece of iron in there still. So when you see little dark brown spots on the rocks out in here in the sandstone, that means they're iron spots. All right, let's keep rolling along. All right. Now this rock here, it's not like the sandstone on the ground, light tan, brown. This is very, very dark. And this is very, very hard and very, very sharp. So in this, you can see little pieces in there. There's a little sandstone that was stuck to it. But very interesting. So we'll just, we're just going to leave this back onto the floor again and keep moving along and see if we can find a cottontail rabbit, a jackrabbit, a coyote, a fox, something out here. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to walk over
crest of this hill, and hopefully we'll see some wildlife. All right, let's get going.